As a reminder, SAM2 is the Segment Anything model from Meta AI, and I've created a plugin for Darktable so we can now generate AI mask from Darktable. SAM2 let us generate mask using 3 different modes. The first is point segmentation, so we can add points to an area of the image we want to mask. Next, we have box segmentation that let us draw a box around the subject we want to mask. And finally, we have auto mask, which let the model decide which object deserve a mask. But Meta AI released SAM3 a few weeks ago, so you might be wondering what's new with this model. So the main difference is that SAM3 can now handle text prompt. So I made a new plugin for Darktable, and it's now working fine enough so I feel comfortable sharing it with you. Like SAM2, it's able to do auto, point, and box segmentation. But on top of that, we can also generate the mask using text prompts. I've also fixed some bug we had with the SAM2 plugin, so we should now be able to generate mask even if the image is in portrait orientation. I've also added a field where you can select the folder where the mask will be saved. Once again, I've made the installation script for Linux, Windows, and macOS. But before you install it, note that I have tested the script the best I could, but it's impossible for me to test it on all the operating system and all of the hardware. So if you install it, please keep in mind that this project is still experimental. Also in this video, I will do the installation on Linux, but if you are on macOS or Windows, the installation steps are almost the same. For Windows, you just have to copy the command for Windows and run it with PowerShell. Also, you have to restart PowerShell once the dependencies are installed. But the rest is exactly the same as the Linux installation. For macOS, you just have to copy the macOS command into your terminal. The rest is exactly the same as with Linux. If some of you have issues installing it on Windows or macOS, I suggest you look at my SAM2 installation video as the steps are almost identical. So if that sounds good for you, let's go. Okay, so we are now inside the Linux Mint virtual machine. As you will see, the installation steps for SAM3 are very similar to SAM2, but there are a few key differences. So the first step to install SAM3 is to go to my GitHub, so the link will be in the video description so you can easily copy and paste it. Next, if you go down, you will see the command for the installation script on Linux. So you just have to copy it, open your terminal, paste it, and press enter. The first thing the script will do is ask you to install the dependencies. So in my case, I need git and curl. So because it's not installed, I need my sudo password to install them. Once installed, the script will automatically install UV, which is a package manager to install Python on your system. So by using UV, you won't have any conflict with different Python version you may need for other applications. Now the script is asking us if we want GPU support. So in my case, I'm inside a virtual machine, so I don't have any GPU. So I will say yes, because I want to install the CPU-only application. So now this will take some time because all the packages will be downloaded and installed. So I will speed the video and get back to you once everything has been installed. Now that everything has been installed, we need to log in to Hugging Face to download the model. So that's the main difference between the SAM2 installation. So to download the model, we need an account on the Hugging Face. So to do so, you need to click on yes. And now what the script will do is ask you for your token. So the first thing you have to do is go on the Hugging Face and create an account. In my case, I already have an account, so I will log in. Otherwise, you need to sign in to create one. Once logged in, you need to go to the SAM3 Hugging Face repository. As you can see, I already have access to this model, but in your case, you won't have access, so you will have to request it. So if I recall correctly, there will be a button where you can click on request access, and then it will take some time before they grant you access to that model. Once the access granted, then you will be able to move to the next step. Once you have access, you need to click there, next click on access tokens, and then you create a new token. So make sure you select read as the type of token and then give it a name. Then you click created and then your token will be generated. So you can copy it and then you paste it into the script. So this token is linked to your Hugging Face account. So because you have access to the SAM3 model, you will be able to download it. So now I press enter. I can say no to that question. And then the script will ask me if I want to download the SAM3 model. So I will say yes, so it will be downloaded automatically. This will take some time, so again, I will speed things up and get back to you once everything has been downloaded. Now that the model has been downloaded, the script is asking us if we want to install the system-wide launcher. So I will say yes. To do so, I need sudo privileges, so that's why I need to enter my password. Now it's testing if everything is working. So as you can see, we can see the man page, meaning that the application was installed successfully. And finally, it's asking us if we want to install the Darktable plugin. So I want to install it, so I will say yes. And that's it, installation is completed. So we can see right there where the application was installed, where the virtual environment is, where the launcher is, and where the plugin was installed. So now we can open Darktable and test the plugin. So as you can see, I'm not able to see my Lua script manager, so I will restart Darktable. And now the module is there. So if I open folder, I have my new folder named custom. And there I have my SAM3 plugin. So if I enable it, I can now open a picture. On the side panel, I have my SAM3 module and I need to select where the executable is. So it will be at different location depending on your operating system. But if you go back to the terminal and look at the script, it will let you know where the executable is. So on Linux, it's under user, local, bin, and then SAM3 tools. So on Windows and macOS, it would be at different locations. So you need to go there to see where the launcher is. So in Linux, it's under user. Once the executable there, you can click on save and voila, we have our SAM3 module. So again, it's able to do box, point, and auto segmentation, but now we also have a text prompt. So when you select box, you have access to the settings related to box segmentation, same thing for point and auto. But when you select text, you have a field where you can enter the text you want to use. So let's say I want to do a sky mask, so I can select sky, and next I click on generate. Well, it doesn't look like if it is working, so I will try to restart Darktable. So now if we go to raster mask module, we can see the mask was generated alongside the original picture. And that's it. So we have our sky mask generated from a text prompt. So with SAM2, the mask was automatically saved alongside the original picture. So some of you wishes that the mask was saved elsewhere. So what I've done is in the setting menu, there is now a new field where you can select where the mask will be saved. So you can select wherever you want on your drive. And once the mask is generated, it will automatically be saved there. Another modification I've done is that there was a bug because the mask is generated based on the image we see in Darktable. So if, for example, you apply cropping or lens correction, the mask will not fit the original picture. So to prevent that, what I'm doing is I'm disabling the lens correction and cropping before generating the mask. I'm also doing that for the orientation modules. So when pictures were in portrait mode, the mask was not generated properly. So to prevent that, before generating the mask, I'm disabling the orientation module. So when you have a picture in portrait orientation, it shifts to landscape. So it's the same orientation as the sensor. Then I'm generating the mask based on that picture. and then I'm re-enabling all the modules that were disabled previously. So by doing that, the mask we generate should always fit the original picture. So when you try it, let me know in the comments if it works well. If it does work, I will do the same modifications for SAM3. So I hope the video was helpful. If it was, like always, just give me a like, and see you next time.